You. Party people. Party people, I'm back. Jody Blaze, what's up? Callie Blaze, Q, what's up? We multitasking. What's up, Kim? Jody Blaze, what you doing? They back open it? You in the club or what? Zeta, what's up? Cherry Buble, a gift of God. Y'all can't hear me? Doing good. Y'all can hear me, right? Howard, what's up? What's up, fam? Laying low? Yeah, laying low, dog. DJ Exclusive is back. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to make sure. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate you making sure y'all can hear me. What's up, Monique? Howard, hope you're well, man. Good to see you. Exclusive, I gotta call you later on tonight, man. I got a video gig for us. I got a resume builder for us tonight. Rich Kid, you talking about Simone Party? Yeah, she used to work for us like 15 years ago. Lucky Key, what's up? So I was really kind of making a checklist of things I tried to yeah, I do radio. I'm on the radio. Oh, does she do radio? I don't know if she does radio or not. Last she was in Cincinnati. Last I heard about 5-6 years ago. So I don't know what happened. If she's still there, she was working for Radio 1 in Cincinnati or Cleveland. Cincinnati, Cleveland, same place. Nah, seriously, I forgot which one. I was making a list of things that I was trying to get done while everybody was quarantined, and man, I got through a couple of those things. Got through a couple of that list. You know what I mean? I think it was actually good to be a for kind of a hard reset. Who's my favorite basketball player and team? Of course, I'm gonna say the Grizzlies, and I'm gonna say Ja Morant, the most exciting rookie on the planet right now. That night he tried to dunk on what's-his-face in the lane and missed that dunk. He was at the club that night. I said, hey, man, you got to be careful coming to the lane like that, man. You would have dunked on Buddy, and he stopped me. He said, I would have ended him that night. So I would have ended him tonight. That's what he said. Real talk. Gotta love a 20-year-old like that, right? Penny's on my list, of course. Like Steph. Steph's in my top 5. Game is much different, though. So we'll see what's up. I tried to get on here a couple minutes early to make sure that I was going to be on time so I wasn't missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the interview. We're going to record it. I'm going to use part of it on the radio a little bit later on. Jared Boyd, what's up? I heard something. The little birdies are talking, Jared. Heard you about to make a big move, Jared. Anything I can do to help you out, let me know. Real talk, I talked to Robbie last week at length. Anything you need from me, let me know. Also, any of these IG videos that I do, I take the audio and all of them are on the radio and in their entirety at K97FM.com or on the radio as well, too. So as soon as I wrap this up with Trey today, I'm going to have it on the radio about 4:45, 4:50. to have part of it, but y'all going to be a part of the conversation. So if you have any questions as I'm talking, as I'm interviewing, I'll be watching comments. But if you have any questions, keep it PG-13. Just hit me. Just basically put them in the comments down there. So we'll see what's up in a second. Callie Breeze, what's up? Why don't y'all media people don't post on y'all's Twitter like other stations do? I mean, we do, but the thing is, like a lot of times, Instagram is my social media platform of choice because I can do so many things. I do graphics, I do video, and everything is right there. And then I can pre-plan everything a little bit better. So, it's a little tough. We'll probably need to be a little bit better on our Twitter game. Our audience, I think most people are on Instagram more than Twitter, less than Facebook, more on TikTok and Snap. Never was really like a big snapper, but definitely not a TikToker. I think TikTokers and people are on TikTok. You know what I mean? So, that's what it is. Trey, what's up? You ready? Here we go. Here we go. Yo,
Devin, what up, baby?
what are you hooping? What are you doing?
I just finished hooping.
That's what's up.
I just finished. You see about
Man.
black as shit. I've been in the sun all. How you been, my boy?
Man, good, man. We still out here trying to work harder and smarter. You know how it is, man. We still in
That's
this
right.
thing.
That's right.
We still in this thing.
That's
well,
right.
We got a couple.
Hold up, Devin. Before you even start, I gotta let everybody know. Everybody watching.
All right.
Devin's still been supporting me since before it was cool to support Trey Songz.
Yeah.
Before I was who I am now, before I was popping, whatever that is, I was coming in. Devin was like, I need you on this show. I don't care. I'm coming. Like, I need y'all to know that this my guy. He been holding me down since the very beginning of my career, and I'm forever appreciative.
Man, I appreciate that. Trey, one of the interesting things is coming up as started DJing when I was 15, 16. Like, when I see something or there's something that I think that like is important, like, you know what I mean? I'm 125% on that. And your career has been, I've jumped out there on a lot of records when you were like, man, I got to get something. You know what I mean? Like when I gotta go right now. I don't want to leave was a single, and a lot of people didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like
in Memphis, you jumped out there on that.
Memphis is a huge Trey Songz city. You remember the Battle of the Band joints at the Liberty Bowl outside?
All that shit, bro.
Yeah. I got a funny ass story. I'm gonna tell you later. I got a great Summer Jam story. I don't know if you remember this or not though.
What?
Like you of Plies was gonna headline Summer Jam one year at Mud Island out at the outdoor arena, outdoor venue. I don't know if you remember the theater. It's on the river.
I remember.
Yeah.
It's right on the water. Right. Amphitheater, yeah.
That's right. And Anita Girl was out. It was big. And it was you and Plies. Plies was hot, like right then. You were hot. And shout out to Bobby. That's when Bobby was managing you. And you know what I mean? I went downstairs and Plies and them were tripping, dog. Like you've heard some. I mean, I know you. Everybody got a Plies story if you're in the business. Respect to Plies. He was in a different place in his career, but he was like, let me tell you something. When I get to the venue, if I don't go on stage right then, I'm going home. Like I'm out. And I was like, dude, like Trey is the headliner. And you were like, no, I'm headliner. And you were halfway through your set, shirt off, you know what I mean? And I'm on the side of the stage arguing with Bobby, like, yo, man, please tell Trey the man. I would try to rush your show or cut it short. You know what I mean? And you were the ultimate professional when it comes to that. You always have been. I don't care if it's a club, summer jam, tour. I don't care what it is. You're like, yo, I'm not going nowhere. Tell dude to wait. Right. You right. You did your whole set. You know what I'm saying? And Plies lived with it. He was just trying to pull my card. You know what I mean? So turned out to be a good time, man. That's my homie.
Shout out to Plies. The crazy thing about fans don't know nothing about radio sets and how long you're supposed to be on stage. So it often puts artists in a crazy position because they think you cutting them short. When really it's the time, and this station gonna get fined if I stay on here, and then that's gonna hurt my spins. That's gonna hurt everything, baby. I got to choose.
Now, you've always been 100, man, and extremely professional, and I appreciate that. And that's one thing, you know what I mean, that I appreciate about our friendship. Even if I don't talk to you, you know, for a year, I'm gonna run into you. Matter of fact, you came and did birthday bash 3 years ago with K97 and Gotti, and you literally took a private jet in, did
and
3-4
flew
songs,
right back out.
You and your security straight back out because you had a party in the A.
I was in Atlanta. I flew from Atlanta.
You were chasing that bread that night.
Came right back.
You were chasing that bread that weekend, boy.
You was hitting me. Gotti was hitting me. I was like, man, I got to pull up for my folk meal.
Yeah. Man, congratulations, man. I'm so glad that you're back. You got a record, and, you know, I'm a big gut music person. I always have been. Like, Back Home with Summer Walker, like, it sounds like summertime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that song, when I put it on, it sounds like summertime. It's got that vibe to it. You know, things are crazy right now with COVID-19, but we all need a little normalcy in our life, and that's what I love about that song.
That's I love that you brought that up, a bit of normalcy, because the song, for me, it has so many different meanings, with it being entitled Back Home, of course. And if you look at the video, it's on my YouTube, it's all over the internet. There's two different versions. There's one version that, like, all my friends and extended family, like superstars you love to see, Meg Thee Stallion, of course, Summer's in the video, 50, a lot of Terrence J, a lot of other people as well, but a lot of my actual family and friends in the video, just showing that we all going through this and growing through it at the same time. Right. You know what I mean? And I think it's, even though I was planning to come back musically already, I feel like it's imperative at this time, because of the type of music I make. Right. I feel like it's a lot of great artists out there doing a lot of great music, but I feel like what I bring to the table, especially with this new record, with the sample being involved, with the new addition, interpolation. Yeah. And then you also have, outside of you got the Old Boy sample, which a lot of people know from Cameron, but the older generation, my generation, knows from Mary J. Blige. And even before that, Mary J. Blige actually made it a remake. So it was important to me to instill all those factors, because it got the hip hop element as well as the soul. It got relationship components. But furthermore, when it's called Back Home and everybody's back home, you know what I mean? I think everybody's forced to deal with the issues that they have back home. Everybody's forced to, everything that you was putting off is like kind of right in your face right now. And the kind of things that were unimportant, that you giving a lot of attention to, you kind of realizing that you need not to. You know what I mean? So with music being what it is to the culture, I felt it was a great time to just bring my voice back in for inspiration and just to speak to my people and show them some love.
It's interesting you said that, because it is almost like a full circle, the whole term Back Home. It means a bunch of different things. It's almost like whether it's a hit or reset, or to go back where you're comfortable or where your roots are. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of people actually had to go back home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people in college had to go back home. People, like, out and about trying to figure their life out, had to go back home, get their finances together, et cetera, et cetera. And to even put on top of that a different meaning for it, for me, is that, you know, I'm back home musically. Right. You know what I mean? If you mentioned Gotta Go. Gotta Go was a very, even though it didn't have a sample in it, it was a very, like, it felt like a record that was sampled. Gotta Make It was sampled. Cheat on You was sampled. So much of that type of music on the first albums that I created. So it feels like I'm back home in a musical place as well.
It's interesting you said that. You were on a conference call with us a couple Fridays ago, and man, you played a ballad, like a straight up R&B love song ballad, which I think, having conversations with people that ask me, you know, like, man, what's up with R&B these days? Like, I think that things go through phases, but I think it's coming back to the quality. And like I said, I love all the R&B artists that are right now, some of the new folks, but it seems like a lot of the content isn't what people need right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, people need a hug. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like, Dev, in a lot of ways, we as R&B artists have been trying to compete with hip hop.
Right.
And I feel like there was a time when hip hop and R&B had a perfect matrimony and a perfect blend, whereas though they balanced each other so perfectly.
That's your fault, though. You know, like, you jumped on the. No, seriously, real talk. Like, but a lot of people were introduced to Drake from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, still one of the biggest club records of all times is Beat It Up. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. You can't go. But a lot of R&B artists weren't on that level, or it wasn't the cool thing to do to jump on there. But it's Mixtape Trey, like mixtape Trey is like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like that's a whole nother level. So I mean to interrupt you, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I get where you're coming.
You got the knowledge to speak about it with me, you know what I mean? Because that was important to me when I was young, because I felt like the harmony was there, but there was only a few artists that was considered cool. Like there's only a few R&B artists that men could listen to. There's only a few R&B artists that a rapper wanted on their hook. You know what I mean? Now all the rappers sing themselves, so they're gonna sing the hook. You know what I'm saying? Like in all the R&B artists, they making melodies that are like rapper melodies. So I feel like we fell into this place where our music is all kind of one sound. And I would never take any away from people that are doing things different, but I do feel like what gets the light, what rises to the top, is often what's imitation of what's already hot. And I feel like we've been through this, you know, musically, disco, rock, Mike came through and skewed everything up. But, you know, we go through these phases in music. Like, it's just like when Auto-Tune first came out, everybody used it. Like, after T-Pain was successful with it, and everybody had a song with Auto-Tune on. Now, if you can make that same catchy cadence or that same hook repeat something 1,000 times that's catchy, or make a good song for TikTok or whatever, then you'll find success. That's not really the school I come from.
So to sit back and say, you know what, it's time for me to make a real R&B album or put an R&B project out. What was the name of the ballad you played for us a couple weeks ago? Like I want you to say it right now on the 26th day of May, because that joint, it's gonna have people going crazy. It's like 6 minutes long too.
Yeah,
you know
it's one of them real joints. Because I sit around and I'm very much abreast and aware of like what's popping right now, who's hot, who's dope, musically talented. I love a lot of the R&B that's out there right now. But I still listen to the shit I listened to on the Quiet Storm. You know what I mean? When I was
because there's no look. I did a quarantine mix probably a month ago and played nothing but 80s, like 83, 84, 85. I'm talking about Anita Baker joints. I'm talking about I'm talking about The Deal. I'm talking and blended everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because those songs bring out a certain emotion, a certain time in your life. Now everything's just so quick. You know
I've been saying
like,
it for a while. It's like we in a fast food service as far as music is concerned these days. Like it used to be sit down, get your appetizer, entree, you know, and enjoy your meal. Like right now it's a drive-through service because music is it's a pastime when it used to be the focal point. Like you used to have to designate time to go to Tower Records or wherever to go get your music. You used to have to open up the CD and put it someplace. You had to hold the music. And before that, you had a record. And before that, you had you know, after that, you had 8-track. And then you had tape and et cetera, et cetera. It was always tangible. But now you have music on your phone where the rest of your life is. So music is in the background.
That's right.
So an artist's lifestyle and what he's doing is that much more important to a fan to be engaged in the music.
That's right.
Like they want visuals to match, and it's almost grown to the sense of entitlement that we need that from you. Like you have to bring that in order for us to take into consideration what you even trying to sell. So
I mean, as an artist, for you to say that, I mean that's big, and like that's the essence of the business right now. But like you said, I think everything goes in circles, and you know it is time. You know what I mean? So if you hit them with a big ballad, you know it's going to be, you hit them with good music. It resonates, and that's what I tell people. They're like, man, why can Sade put an album out and tour once every 15 years? Or why can Maxwell go on tour or Jill Scott and still sell out arenas? Just because they don't put out music that often, and when they do, it's an event. It's a big deal.
Right.
When they
pour so much of their heart and soul into it. I had a conversation with a friend of mine this morning, and he was just saying how, you know, for a lot of artists in the new era, a lot of things have come, I won't say easy, but easier than for most. Like some artists, you have a lot of artists that receive success very quickly due to streaming, due to TikTok, due to viral moments, et cetera, et cetera. And my path to success was a very slow, very steady pace. So for me, I think 15 years later, after my first album, I think just patience and understanding and putting all into the music that I release, and really having a love and appreciation for the people that actually love my music. Like, I think in a lot of cases we get caught up and we want more than what we have, and we want chart success of this stature, et cetera, et cetera. And for me, it's really like I love the people that love me. Like if you got a girl that love you and she at home cooking, doing everything you love, you going out, you get you a one night that's gonna be fun somewhere, but you're gonna destroy everything you got here chasing that. So for me, it's always been important to satisfy my core and make sure that they're full in their hearts with real music and not just shit that, you know.
Yeah. 2 months from now, they're gonna be on to the next, and they're gonna be on to the next one.
Yeah.
To see what's up, man. You kind of bring up something. Your audience has grown up. Your fans have grown up with you. I remember as
shout out to y'all.
Trey with the braids and the do rag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
And the white beater.
Of girls of Memphis that part of your fan club that still go everywhere every time you come to the city that have grown up with you. Did you ever come to a point in time, it may have been 2 years ago or 5 years ago, where you felt like you were kind of teeter-tottering and, man, I need to be an adult artist, or I need to young it down? Did you ever struggle with that any, you know what I mean? Or just felt like you needed to make music? That's
a conversation that, of course, we've had, just being aware of self and being aware of the climate. I think you need to have conversations like those just to be real with yourself. And if your team surrounding you after you've been in the game for a certain amount of time, if y'all don't have those conversations, then you're not in a space or a team that you need to be within, because that's a very real thing. You know what I mean? For myself, I still feel young. I know I'm older. You know what I mean? And when I came out, I was 20 years old, singing songs like I Don't Want to Leave, But I Gotta Go Now. Like, I came out singing big, classic, like strong, belting R&B records, you know what I mean, for grown men and grown women. So for me, it's always been the music that I wanted to make, grown, mature R&B. But I think the fact that I am multifaceted and I can do so many things, it kind of puts me in a space where I want to have fun on records, but I want to make sure I do it properly. And I'm realizing more and more the impact and the inspiration that I am to people, the youth, etc. Right. So it's a thought process for me, as though, where I don't want to be an adult contemporary artist. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind having songs play there, because I love the songs they play. And I do feel like some artists get skewed there so quickly, like in this day and age, that it's a shame. Like, you had Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Boyz II Men, all with ballads in the top 10 when I was coming up, like selling out Madison Square Garden, selling out these arenas off these R&B records. So for me, it's always been about staying true to what's in my heart versus anything else. Like, if I want to make a young record and it feels young, I'm gonna make it. If I want to make a ballad that's about, how much I want to love you and how I would do anything sexually to you that you please, because I love you, I'm gonna make that record. No matter what, I'm gonna make the records. You know what I mean? But what you hear at the end of the day is gonna be what's gonna be the conversation. Like, once we get in there with the execs and all that, and they're well, I don't know.
I mean, it's so different these days. I mean, obviously you still got that boardroom, but you have so much data and statistics and what people want from you. You leak something out there, what people are downloading, what you're jamming, you know what I mean? Like, real data. In the radio, we have a lot of that data too, and a lot of people don't understand. Like, everything is data driven. We want to see if a project drops, I can tell you what zip code, they want off of what single they want off the new Trey album or the new Trey project. Which we're talking about mature.
Which is so amazing, and at the same time, I see the good and the bad in it, because I remember when a DJ used to break a record.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not even really a thing, like, right now. Like,
and it's tough. And a lot of DJs don't understand, like, breaking a record is not playing a record one time. Breaking a record is every time you have an opportunity to expose music from you. That's the radio, that's mix show, that's the club. Like, you ride for that record every time. That's how you. That's breaking a record.
You break a record. Every time you standing behind, you playing that record. Y'all don't know what this is yet, but I'm gonna keep playing this.
That's right. And that's breaking a record. And a lot of people don't know. People get that so twisted these days. It's really incredible. Like, I'm like, you play a song one time, how many people you think were really exposed to that song?
You didn't break that, bro.
No. You played it. You know what I mean? So man, we were just talking about maturity and talking about everything is coming up with your fans. Congratulations on your son. That was a big that was a big step. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of people gonna talk, people gonna say things, but at the same time, it's like, there's certain things about my personal life that I share with people in my family and my wife and my kids that I share, and there are other things that are private moments. And
Mm-hmm.
you're a very private person. You know, my birthday is like 5 days after you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like we're very private people. We show you what we want to show you. You know what I mean? And that was probably a very big decision for you to say, you know what, this is something that I want to do.
It was huge, bro. It was first of all, it was a moment I wanted for myself before anybody else got to take the joy or anybody else got to like put their notions in the world as to what was what. Like, like you said, I'm super private, and the complexity there is that you're a private person, but you're a public entertainer. Like, and
that's right.
and as we brought up earlier, like more now than ever, your lifestyle is kind of synonymous with people fucking with you. You know what I mean? Like they want to know, no matter how big you are. Like Beyonce got a documentary out that showed her being a mother on tour and all that. And I'm sure like it took a lot for her to give of that, but she knows what that does for the people she's supplying this to. And when you're doing that, you know, as many people love it in a positive sense, it's going to be negativity. So it's really a sense of letting go of the control that you have when you do let yourself be that vulnerable. You know, for me, I know my fans are happy for me. I know that in the beginning it was very much like, who's the mother, this and that. Like that's one thing I don't like about sharing my business. Because
I couldn't imagine, bro. I could not imagine. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you did it, I was like, man, you know what? It has to feel almost like, number one, he did that. That's for him and for nobody else, and for his relationship with his family. And that's for you. But it had to feel almost like something was lifted off you. Like, you know what? All right, now, you know what I mean? Like, let's do it. And people accept, and people gonna talk shit, like you said, no matter what, man. You know what I mean? I saw some of the comments, and I'm like, yo, people are so shallow, man. It's just
people are in the moment that you allow. This is what I'm learning more and more and more. The moment that you allow a passing comment by somebody you do not know to affect you and fuck up your whole day or have your heart like that, that's when you too far gone. You know, and that's one of the reasons I actually took a break off Instagram, because I was just too, like, Instagram is a place where I think people are too in too much in concern of what other people are doing.
Absolutely.
I think it's good to be in the know of current trends or whatever's happening, following your favorite artists, following your family members, whatever. But I think a break from social media is good for everybody, because you don't realize how misplaced your focus is sometimes when you're on social media. And for me, it was more like, shit, I just want to live my life. You know what I mean? I was waking up, brush my teeth, wash my face, and then I'm on Instagram. Like, I ain't with that. Like, that ain't what I want to do with my time. And furthermore, just the overall sense of negativity that's winning in the social atmosphere.
Absolutely. There's
like,
a lot of unhappy, you know, misery loves company, you know, like people say. And it's a lot of people going through different things that don't show that. To keep that inside, it all goes back to, you know, public health and anxiety and a lot of different things, man. And no, you're absolutely right. It is good to take a break. That's one thing that the quarantine has kind of done. I was talking before everybody got on here that, you know, I've done things like, you know, my wife is on me like, you know, you really need to get out there with Gavin and brush up on his bike riding skills. You know what I mean? Yeah. The funny thing was, Kevin was talking about that a couple weeks ago, too.
That's
and
crazy. I was about to bring that up.
Yeah, and I was like, that's incredible. And my wife was absolutely right. But there's been other things. Like I needed to brush up on my Photoshop skills and some editing things and some things that I need to do to make myself a better person. We painted the dining room with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like
something you would have never had time to even do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so with this, I feel like just a great awareness of self and what's going on around me. And, you know, when you moving nonstop, moving, you get into the habit of just moving. When you're running, you don't look down at your feet after you've been running 1 mile. You know what I mean? You just running.
That's true.
So it's a good time to stop, breathe, pick up the pace, and then get into a light jog and then sprint again. You know, I really just taken my importance of self and my people over what it is that I've built as an artist lately. You know what I mean? Like, because truthfully, I could have been putting out music, and like we had this song. I did this song in the summer. You know what I mean? I did this song last summer.
Oh wow!
I probably got 3-4 albums in my phone right now, let alone my hard drive. But like I said, musically, in order to give music, you have to be able to give of self.
Right.
And I wasn't in the mind space to be given of me within the last year and a half, couple years. Like, and I've put out little music here and there, but that's because I do music all the time, no matter what. But with that being said, it's something that feels good in me right now, just that want to help everybody that's going through whatever they're going through. And the music, that message may not be directly in the music, but I know music is soothing, and I know music is healing, and I know my fans miss my voice and miss the music that I do create. So I'm very excited about what's to come. Back Home is doing really well right now. Shout out to Summer Walker. Thank her for jumping on that record. Young Berg, the boy Hitmaker now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hits after hit after hit after hit.
Man, talk about reinventing yourself. Like, wow,
That's right.
That's an incredible behind the music one day. You know what I mean?
That's right. He's an incredible producer, and we came up with this record. We got a few more. I'm very excited about the music I'm creating. I don't know when an album will come or even when a second single will come. I do know I'll be doing these Instagram lives on Wednesday nights. I don't have a time yet, but it's called Love Songs.
All right.
And I'll just be playing songs and music that I'm inspired by. I'll play clips of music that I've created in the last few months, or like even that I do the day of. Like, I want to be very spontaneous and just, like I said, open myself up more and chop it up with the fans more and give them a little more of myself.
And that's good to know. It's good to let people in so they can hear you and what you appreciate and what you're listening to, man. I appreciate your time this afternoon. It's good to catch up. One more question, man. What's the one thing that you hadn't had a chance to do since we've kind of been on lockdown and things are easing up a little bit? Are you still in VA right now, or are you in Atlanta?
Actually, I left VA. I'm in LA right now. I've been here for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
2.5 weeks. I've been in the studio. One thing I haven't been able to do that I really missed, that I didn't think I would miss this much, is like perform, is like sing, like in a place with people responding, and not even a show, just like if I just grab a mic at karaoke somewhere, like, cause they got this karaoke out here on Tuesday nights that I pop in sometimes, and like just to be around people, like, you know what I mean? I love my alone time. Like I'm really like, if we not working and moving around, I'm in the house anyway. So I know what this feels like. Cause sometimes you don't want to go outside because you're gonna take a picture, or you're gonna like, fuck it, I'm gonna stay home. But
exactly.
So with that in mind, man, I just miss performing. I miss seeing my fans. I miss the love that we share. I miss the interaction between them. I miss them singing the lyrics like they're their own, like they wrote them. I miss all that.
One of the dopest promotions we ever did is we did a tweet and greet at Spin Street when it was open in the middle of the city. And that's when Twitter was still pretty new. And basically it was all planned out. We just told people, look, you tweeted that I'm going to be here from 6 to 8. And we were out there live on the radio, and it was nuts. I know you did like 4 or 5 of those. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yeah, I remember.
And it was like 4,000 people showed up, and it was like, it was crazy. Yeah. In and out. Buy the CD, you know what I'm saying? Get it signed on the spot, though. But very spontaneous.
I miss shit like that, bro. I miss a lot of that because that stuff keep you recharged. Like, as an artist, a lot of people think artists are invincible, and sometimes they forget we're human. But what I think the fan base got to realize is that y'all fuel us. You know what I mean? The energy that we get is energy that you push into us. It's us, the resilience and the strength and everything that it takes to be an artist and give all of yourself to the world is balanced off by the love that you receive from the people that actually show it.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's definitely something I've missed.
Energy and reciprocation. Look, man, I appreciate your time, man. It's good to catch up. You know, beautiful thing with technology is, you know, you can see each other and, man, have these conversations. I look forward to hearing more. I look forward to the album. Shout out to South Africa, Brazil, France.
Yeah,
so many
I see
people
a lot
from
of folks in here.
Around the world. I see a lot of people on Memphis represent too, as I'm on the radio and we're doing this at the same time. But, man, we're good here. Still hold it down. Hope to see you soon, man. And I'm going to jump on Wednesday. Definitely look forward to catching that on your IG.
Man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We're going to have the vibes. You hear me? Shout out to everybody in here. Let me see. Do a couple shout outs before we get out here. Ash. Nivea. Hey, baby. Chels. I see you. Alyssa. Kenya. You said Sao Paulo, Hawaii, Florida. Of course, Memphis. Of course,
Yep.
Memphis. They say we lit. Shout out to
Yeah.
everybody tuned in. And Devin, you know what it is, man. Thank you for your support all the way through.
Absolutely.
I will never forget the times you stuck your neck out for me and just believed in me when it, like I said, it wasn't really the thing to do. You know what I mean? That's what real leaders and real curators of the culture do.
I
They take a
appreciate that.
chance. They take a chance, and sometimes that chance don't pay off. But the times that it does, it feel good in your heart that you knew what you was doing was right.
And you've always been there when I've asked to come, like, no problem, let's do it. Or if you couldn't, try to at least, you know what I mean, and put a lot of effort out there, man. And from, you know, summer jams to Battle of the Bands to so many different things. And we got a good time through the journey.
I gotta cut you off and shout out Ja, because he say I'm the reason he make music. That's love. Shout out to Ja, man.
All right. That's what's up,
That's
man.
love.
But look, man, have a great week. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you on Wednesday and hearing more music. And we'll see you in Memphis real soon, man.
Already. My boy, I appreciate you, Devin.
Yes, sir. Anytime. You too.